Glacier. What are you doing back there? This lighting is baller. Like, this is the perfect time to film. Hey guys, how y'all doing? Today I am filming a haul video. Haven't done a haul video in I don't even know how long. I just haven't really been buying that many like new products. I've been really trying to use stuff in my stash, but I kind of went through like this weird phase last week where I just kind of wanted new stuff. I was just kind of feeling like uninspired, even though I have a lot of stuff I need to get through and try to use. It's just like when you see the same things over and over and over again, you kind of want, you know, a change of pace. So I went out and I bought some new makeup. So I'm just going to show you guys what I bought. It's a mix of high-end and drugstore. So let's just get on into it. Let's start with the drugstore stuff. So the first thing I bought is a new mascara. Is everything okay back there? So as I was saying, the first thing I bought is a new mascara. This is the CoverGirl Lash Blast Volume in the waterproof version. Bryce and I are sweating for the wedding. We are trying to get like super fit for the wedding. He really wants to look all nice and toned in his tux, and my dress is like super tight. Like I said, I'm not going to show you guys pictures until the day of, but a little foreshadowing, it hugs me in all the right ways. But if I have any sort of a pudge where pudge shouldn't be, it definitely shows. And not like that's, you know, the end of the world. We decided to start working out a little bit and just, I don't know, do like a healthier lifestyle, and we have the wedding kind of as an excuse. So I needed a waterproof mascara because I am not somebody who can go to the gym without any makeup on whatsoever. I'm not somebody who will go in with a full face of foundation and contour and highlight and, you know, lipstick and everything. Usually I just put on my eyebrows and a little bit of mascara, and it helps me to feel better about myself and just feel a little bit more put together, but at the same time I don't have to worry about makeup like clogging my skin with all the sweat and kind of looking like I'm trying a little bit too hard. So anyway, about this, I like it. It is very waterproof. I don't understand how people can, I don't understand how people can wear waterproof mascara on a daily basis. Like, how does this not just dry the crap out of your eyelashes? I have such a hard time getting this stuff off. It's ridiculous, and I have a great makeup remover. But anyway, it does its job. It's really, really good. It's a good just all-around standard mascara. Lash Blast is one that I go back to whenever I just need a new one and I don't want to try anything new. So anyway, pick that up. Next, I have some new face stuff from Maybelline. The first thing here is the Maybelline Master Prime. I got this in the Blur plus Redness Control. I don't have anything that is green tinted. I don't have a green tone concealer. I don't have a green face primer. Now I do. And of course, green is supposed to counteract red, and so I thought that I would give this a try. And one thing I should have mentioned too is a lot of these products I have already tried out. And anyway, this is a great drugstore primer. It's probably my favorite. They have two other different formulations. They have one that is just the plain Blur primer that's just clear. They also have one that's more pinky tone, so it's meant to be brightening. And then they have this one, which like I said is the redness control one. And I think the formulation on this primer is just great. It's my perfect consistency. I'll show you guys on the back of my hand. It's not that super silicone-y, think like Maybelline Baby Skin or Smashbox Photo Finish. It's got more of the moisturizer consistency to it, but yet it still smooths over everything and kind of works like a silicone-based primer would, but it's not as like heavy and thick on the skin. As for this product's redness control abilities, I don't know if you can see here, but when you blend it out, it really goes sheer. So I don't think it's like the best for redness control. You might notice like the tiniest amount, if anything, but as a primer, it works really well. It keeps my oil at bay, really makes my foundation go on a lot smoother, and I've been really enjoying using it, especially because I haven't been super into primers recently, but this kind of brought me back into them. And the reason too I got the redness control is because I have been experiencing some awful breakouts recently, like no other. I know in my last video somebody's like, what's up with your face? And I was like, no, don't look at me. I don't know what it is. I don't know if it's like stress, but I went to a dermatologist and it's starting to get a lot better, which is good. But I'm so used to having super, super clear skin, so when I started getting all these breakouts, I was just super panicked and I didn't know what to do. So I bought that kind of just to help with any of the red spots. And like I said, not the best, but it is a good primer. Next, I have the Maybelline Master Conceal by Face Studio. This is Maybelline's new concealer, and it is amazing. I've heard very mixed things about this. Some people seem to really like it, some seem to not like it so much. For me, it works great. It really conceals my under eye circles. It conceals spots pretty well. I mean, I don't know if I'd say it's like the most you know, full coverage concealer, but it does its job, and I think that it is long wearing. It's got a very nice texture to it. It's not too thin, but it's also not too thick. It does crease a little tiny bit under my eyes, but honestly, I haven't really tried a concealer that like doesn't crease a little bit. I just have a lot of little lines under there, and I think it's natural, but if I set it with a little bit of powder, it's fine. And I just really like the shade too. This is in the shade 20 Light, and it's just like the perfect match for my skin tone. It looks good under my eyes, but it looks good on spots, and I just think honestly for the whole, like, what is it, like $5 or $6, I think it's a really, really great concealer, and it does kind of rival my NARS one a bit. So I would definitely recommend this. I also like the fact that it comes in a squeezy tube, and I feel like you get a lot of product because you don't really need that much. Next, I got a new blush. I was kind of going through a little bit of like a blush crisis where again I was just like not feeling super inspired by any of the ones that I had, and I just kind of felt like I was just using the same stuff all the time, so I wanted to bring something new into my collection. So I picked up the Physicians formula. This is the Nude Wear blush, and this is in the shade Natural, I believe. Yeah, or Nude Wear Glowing Nude Blush in the shade Natural. So the packaging, first off, is super cute. I love Physicians formula packaging is just always amazing. And you open it up here and you have this beautiful blush shade that is just like the perfect, when it says natural, I mean, I think it totally hits it. It's just a great, like, everyday kind of pinky, peachy shade. Here's a look of what it looks like on the back of my hand. I think that if you have darker, tanner skin, I don't think that this will really show up on you at all. It is a very light color, but for me, it has the perfect little puppet pink, and I don't know why I didn't wear it today, but I don't have it on today, unfortunately. The texture of it is a little bit powdery. I mean, it's not, like, as amazing as the Balm In-Stain blushes or, like, the Tarte blushes, but I mean, for a drugstore blush, it's pretty good. And it has kind of helped just to bring a little bit of something new into my makeup routine. The final drugstore product I have here, and I think I'm like looking around because my desk is an absolute disaster. I think this is the last. This is a new brush from Real Techniques. Real Techniques recently has released this brush as well as their new, shoot, what is it called? Precious Metals, that's not it, maybe it is, the really like high-end brushes that are like $30 a piece. I took a look at those and I really want to buy some, but I just kind of want to wait until maybe they're buy one get one half off because they are so pricey for like a drugstore brush. I'm sure they're amazing, but I also saw that they released this brush, which is called their sculpting brush, and the reason I bought this, you'll see why here in a second. I just needed a contouring brush, and I have one from Sephora that's okay. I'll show you guys it like in comparison. This is the Sephora one. This is the Real Techniques one. The Sephora one is really, really soft, and I mean, it works well, but there's something about that curve that sometimes just kind of seems a little bit off. It's great for around the temple area, but I don't really need a specific brush for my temples. And I just kind of wanted something different. And so I used this today, and I really, really like it. I kind of wish it wasn't so dense because it picks up a lot of product and you really have to sit there and buff. And sometimes I feel like when you sit there and you're buffing, you're taking off whatever makeup you have right there. So all your foundation just seems to move around. So I don't know if it's like the best contouring brush. I've only played with it once, so I need to use it again. But it is, I mean, it's good, and I also think it'd be really nice for foundation. It just seems dense enough, and like it could really buff on some product. You could probably use it for cream blush, cream highlight, all that stuff. But anyway, just wanted to give it a try. Now let's move on to the high-end stuff. So as I was mentioning earlier, the reason I bought that brush is because I also bought the Anastasia contour kit. Couldn't say that. I have been like just so reluctant to purchase this, and I don't know why, because I mean, it's like all over YouTube, it's all over the beauty community. If you search contour kit from Anastasia like in YouTube, there's like a billion videos. But I think that it was like so hyped and I was really excited about it, and then the hype kind of died down a little bit, and then I kind of was not so excited about it, and then finally my Ulta got it, and I would just always walk past it and kind of look at it, but I never really could decide if I needed it, and I just decided, you know what, it's $40. It's really not that expensive considering all that you're getting, and I might as well just do it, and so I did it. Today I am wearing this shade here as well as this kind of glowy shade here on top of my cheekbones, and then I'm wearing this contour shade here, obviously as a contour, and that's where I used this brush. I really do like this. I can see how some people can have some gripes about it. I wish that these colors up here were lighter. I I think that even though she released a medium to tan, you know, contour kit, I feel like this is really suited for medium to like tan people, because these, I mean, for me, these are like my skin tone. They're not lighter at all. So when I, you know, use them under my eyes, they just kind of set, but they don't really highlight, which isn't, I mean, it's not like the end of the world, but I have tons of other setting powders. I do like the contouring shades. I love how ashy this one is. I like that I can use this one as a bronzer. I like that I can use this one as a bronzer. And I think that overall, it's a pretty universal palette, but if you're pale, I just feel like it's gonna be, these might be a little bit too dark, and I mean everything is just gonna be a little bit too dark. The highlighting isn't really gonna highlight, and the contour is just gonna look kind of muddy. So I don't know, I haven't completely formed an opinion on it. Like I said, I've only used it once. Love the packaging, but we'll have to see. Just with my skin tone, I don't know if it's gonna be the best, but I'm gonna give it a little bit more time. I also purchased the Lorac Unzipped palette. I was really wanting an eyeshadow palette because I obviously don't have enough. I don't know what it was. I just went through this phase where I was like, I need some new stuff to play with. And I didn't want to spend like a ton of money, which is why I didn't pick up like the Urban Decay Vice 3 palette, which I've had my eyes on for a while. I just kind of want something new to introduce to my makeup collection that wasn't going to totally break the bank. And this has been a palette that I have been eyeing forever. I mean, for like what, like a year now maybe? And I just decided to do it, and I'm so happy that I did. I've used this twice now. I am wearing it on my eyes today, and I think that it is just such a flattering color scheme. Of course, rose gold right now is kind of, it's trending pretty big. It's, you know, very, very popular, and I feel like this, I mean, totally kicks Naked 3's ass, because you have so much nicer, like just nicer colors. The shimmery colors are really pretty, and they're not glittery, and all the shades are smooth and pigmented and buttery and blendable and wonderful. The matte shades are awesome. These two mattes here, the lighter ones, work great as transition shades. I have those in my crease today. Unbridled, which is the kind of like the deep burgundy, is gorgeous in the crease, kind of like in the very outer V, which is how I used it. And then I also put Unbelievable, which is a very like true rose gold color. I put that on my lid. But I just think it's so pretty, and I don't know why it's taken me so long to use it. I think that I just kind of looked at it and I just was like, it's pretty, but I have stuff like it in my collection. But honestly, since I've used it, I mean, so many of these colors are unique, and I love it. It's a perfect way to add color into your looks while still remaining neutral. So if you haven't picked this up yet, highly recommend you do. I mean, even just to give it a try, you can always return it, but I, like I said, was very reluctant to purchase it, and I'm so happy I did, because I can see myself getting a lot of use out of this. And very finally, I did purchase a new lipstick. This is the Urban Decay Revolution lipstick in the shade Liar. I saw, what was it? I think it was Jaclyn Hill months and months ago. She mentioned this in a favorites video, and she said it's very like kind of, you know, Kylie Jenner-esque, and I kind of like missed the whole Kylie Jenner lip bandwagon for a while. I have always really been into super brown shades. I've always loved brown lipstick. And I don't know if it's just like the 90s kid in me, or the fact that my mom used to wear it a lot. I'm not too sure. But I kind of felt like when the trend came about, I was like, been there, done that. It wasn't super exciting to me. But I decided to give this lipstick a try, because I've been wanting to try one of these Urban Decay lipsticks forever. And on top of that, I just kind of wanted the Kylie Jenner shade, just because I thought it would work so well with the Lorac palette. And I was going through my collection, and I do have a couple of shades that can work, but I just kind of want to add something new. And I remember, like I said, Jaclyn Hill talking about this, and this is the color that I'm wearing right now. I think that it is dead on for the Kylie Jenner lip. I think it is so perfect for that, you know, very brown, peachy kind of color. As for the formulation itself, it's not everything I hoped it would be. I think that I had such high hopes for it that I was kind of a little bit let down. First of all, the scent is kind of weird. The scent and the taste is very kind of plasticky, I think. And it's comfortable on the lips, but I wouldn't say it's necessarily super hydrating. It's not drying, but it's not like the most moisturizing lip color either. I just feel like there's other formulations out there that I've been more surprised with and I've been more pleased with, like, you know, let's see here, the Maybelline Mattes. Love these. I think that these are awesome. The Bare Minerals Marvelous Moxie lipsticks. You guys know that those are my favorite. I love those. This is just kind of like a good lipstick, better than some drugstore brands, but not necessarily the best that I've ever tried. But But the color is gorgeous, and like I said, for the Lorac unzipped palette, I think that it just complements so nicely because it adds that perfect amount of nude with just that hint of kind of like a rosy brown color. So good color, okay formula. I don't know if I'd purchase more of these unless they came out with some colors that I really liked, but I am happy that I purchased it because I know I will get a lot of use out of this color because I just like this kind of color so much. Anyway, that is it. I hope that I can edit this down. I did not mean for this to be this long. Anyway, I want to also thank you guys so much for all of your love on my engagement story video. That was really awesome just to read through those comments with Bryce, and we're both so happy and so excited that you guys are happy and excited. And thank you guys for just sticking with me through this time. I know it's been kind of difficult with my filming schedule being really erratic and very irregular. I really want to try to get 2 videos out a week for you guys, so I'm going to try to transition myself back into this. But for a while there, my mind just wasn't in it, and there was just so many other things going on in my life, obviously, that just kind of got pushed aside. But I'm back, and this feels great to do. So anyway, again, thank you all so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this, and I hope you guys have a fantastic day, night, wherever you may be, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye-bye!